For EP, climbing walls and handholds is our business, but that's really not why we're here. We're here to enrich people's lives and introduce climbing to the world. We know that once somebody gets an opportunity to go indoors and climb on a climbing wall, that they're going to be hooked. They're going to be a
Welcome to Grindelwald in Switzerland. We are here for the third IFSC Boulder World Cup of 2014. In the shadow of the Eiger, which you can see behind me here, the mountain is 13,020 feet high in this local area with the general population of 3,800. Now, 20% of that 3,800 are foreign nationals, and over this weekend we're about to increase that rate. Well, good morning to you if you are joining us. Apologies for that brief problem at the start of the feed there, but here we are. We are with you now, getting ready for the start of our semi-finals here in Grindelwald, here in the shadow of the Eiger. Getting ready with our top 20 male and female athletes from yesterday's qualification rounds. We had 141 athletes yesterday. That was 77 male athletes, 64 female athletes competing for a place in today's semi-finals. And here they are. Here's the male athletes that we'll be seeing today in reverse order. As you can see on the list here, Kevin Heiniger, Stefan Danker, Martin Stranik, Yamuchi Makoto, Narasaki Tomoa, James Kasey, Guillaume Gleramonde, Dmitry Sharafutinov, Kypros Beltrounas, Benjamin Blazer on our first page here, the men's semi-final listing. Jeremy Bonda, Kilian Fischuber, Gabriel Moroni back, and clearly on a mission to try and make it through into finals this year. Andrzej Merczynski Victor of Poland, another hopeful there. Hori Sukuru and Sugimoto Rei from Japan. Yone Kruda, Rustam Gelmanov, Roland Rugens and Jan Hoyer. Roland Rugens putting on an impressive performance from the start of this year. It's looking like we're going to see some good things from him for the rest of the 2014 season. Let's have a brief look at the women's now then as well. Remember, as always, you can get in touch with us live here at the venue from Grindelwald by using the Twitter hashtag that's in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, which is IFSCWC. So for the women's then, Katja Kadik starting things off for us. This is in reversed order, so lowest to qualify coming out first. Anna Vollenweider, Julia Abramchuk, Rebecca Stotz, Elizabeth Asher of the USA. Nice to see a new name there from the US. Mina Markovic, Natalie Bacci, Berit Schweiger, Melanie Sandoz and Melissa Leneve. Two French athletes coming through here. Nice to see Mel back with us as well after being absent from the first two comps of the season. Momoka Oda, Kyo Noguchi, Jenny Levada, Marine Thevenet, who made finals just recently and just missed out on finals at our last competition in Baku. Mio Nonaka, Gillian Verme, Alex Puccio, Shauna Coxey, Petra Klingler, and of course Anna Storr in our lineup here. Petra doing very well yesterday. She's here on home soil as well. Have an interview with her coming up a little bit later for you as well as we progress through today. Looking forward to getting things underway here as well. So that was our start list here for today. The top 40 athletes competing for just 6 places in each category. 6 female athletes, 6 male athletes that we take forward into tonight's final here. We'll be with you all the way through the day. My name is Daniel Finn, and as always, you can get in touch with us on Twitter using the hashtag IFSCWC. Well, guys, we are still 5 or so minutes away from getting started here. It seems we are having a connection issue. Can only apologise. We will be rebooting very, very briefly and back with you as soon as possible, hopefully to get this underway. You won't miss anything, don't worry. We'll be back with you as soon as we possibly can. Apologies for this, but we'll see you in a couple of seconds. Just doing a quick reboot of the system. See you in 2. Well, welcome back, guys. Apologies for this morning's little mix-up there, but we are here with the very first 2 athletes of the day. We are starting right now, and we are underway with the rest of the competition here in Grindelwald. Nice to be back with you guys, back on European soil as well, up here in Alpine region. Very beautiful setting for the 3rd World Cup of the season. Here are our first 2 athletes then coming out and getting ready to start their climbs here. F and M1 you can see in front of us. We had 2 groups yesterday because there were so many male and female athletes present here for this cup. This is Kevin Heiniger here on the left-hand side, you can see, for Switzerland, and that's Katja Kadik for Slovenia on the right. So it's looking like we've got a slight incline on F1. More vertical M1 here for us then as well. Big dynamic move to start things off on M1. Very nearly managed there as well by Kevin Heiniger. Katja up onto this pinch here now then, so starting at the bottom, moving over to that red bonus hold. You can see the piggyback plate that's on the black pyramid that's being brushed now, before then traversing back the other way over that plate, the red plate there up towards the top. These are our first 2 problems of the day, starting with Kevin Heiniger of Switzerland and Katja Kadik. If you want to say hello, if you want to get in touch with us, you can do so by using the hashtag in the bottom right-hand corner. Another attempt there by Kevin Heiniger. You can see managing to get a hand up from that pop, trying to stop that swing out by bridging out onto the side panel there. He's allowed to do that. The black tape doesn't start until on the front face of the arete on M2 there. If you are new to the sport as well, we'll try and give you a little chat that we had yesterday with some of our athletes explaining the rules to you as well, but just to keep you updated from this point onwards, if this is the first time you've come and joined us for a semi-finals, as Kevin Heiniger tops out there on men's problem 1. Good start for him. The basic premise is the most amount of tops here in the least amount of attempts. So we start here in our semi-final stage today with 4 problems for the men and 4 problems for the women. 20 male athletes, 20 female athletes to get things underway, trying to battle it down just to 6 of each. 6 male athletes, 6 female athletes that will be taking through into the finals later on tonight. So they have 4 problems in front of them. Now you can see the blue tape there at the bottom of the screen. That's the starting positions here. You see Katja there is about to approach that one now. So one left hand there on the red hold, you can see she's about to take with the blue tape underneath it. Right hand on the black with the blue tape underneath it. Those are the starting holds. There are also 2 for the feet there as well. Now she has to match that position. She has to start in that position before she makes any positive advancement on the block. She can be stopped if she doesn't start correctly on this one. It's very strictly placed on how and where you should start. You can see the blue tape also on F2 just to the right hand side of her at the moment. Now up above that then you can see there is a little disc and a little bit of red tape a little bit higher up there. Cameraman nicely just zooming in for us there, give us a bit of a better shot. You can see there with the cheetah pyramid, the little bit of red tape there as well. That's the bonus hold. Now that helps us divide ties. So say 2 athletes have managed to get to the top of a block in 3 attempts. So say it's Katja out first, obviously, as you can see here. Say Anna Vollenreinder comes out in a few moments' time and does the same thing, the top in 2 attempts. We use the bonus to divide those ties. So if Katja managed to get to the bonus on her first attempt but didn't manage to top, and if Anna Vollenreinder manages to get there on the second attempt, then Katja would obviously be in the lead as she managed to take the bonus on an earlier attempt. Now if 2 athletes are tied on bonuses and on tops, then we go to count back into previous rounds, and in this case it'll be the qualifying rounds, and we'll see how they got on there. Now if we went to count back, if these athletes were tied, Katja Kadik and Anna Vollenreinder, if they were tied on F1 on bonuses and on attempts, say they both come out and they flash it, we go to count back into the qualifying rounds. It would be the other way round. So Katja Kadik, as she's first out here, is the lowest to qualify. That would mean that Anna Vollenreinder would actually be in the lead. As we start in reverse order here at the semi-final, so Katja Kadik the lowest to qualify out of yesterday's. Now she did that. In the qualifying rounds, with 4 tops in 7 attempts and 4 bonuses in 4. Now the other issue we have here, though, with that countback, is that we started yesterday with 2 separate groups. Now that means that because there were so many athletes here, we didn't just have female problems and male problems, we had female group 1 and female group 2 problems, and male group 1 and group 2 problems. And we took the top 10 of each group. So it's a bit of a tough call yesterday, some big names falling out. Sean McCall and Jörg Verhoeven not making it through, and hopefully Sean will be joining me in a little while to talk through yesterday and also be with us for a bit of co-coms today, which is nice of him. And because we had the 2 groups yesterday, it was the top 10 of each group that we took through into this stage, which means we can't actually go to countback. It means we are reliant on the bonuses from this stage. And if 2 athletes are tied in 6th place from the semi-finals, we would take 7 forward into the finals, which is a rare occurrence, but we have seen it before. So here is Anna Vollenreinder. Next up for Austria on F1, and we have Stefan Danker for Germany. German team this year are out to claim it all by the look of things. It's nice to have a catch-up chat with Udo. I don't know whether you guys have seen that interview, but it is available online. The German coach here for the bouldering, talking about the different styles and methods he implements in their training. Very nearly handled there by Stefan Danker. Not too bad a swing there at all. Stefan Danke managing to make it through into this stage, the semi-finals, with 4 tops in 6 attempts, 5 bonuses in 7 yesterday. So you can see how intense the competition has been here. There were only 5 blocks yesterday. That's a top there for Stefan as well. I believe that was a little bit quicker than Kevin Heiniger as well. These athletes are about to be right at the very top of their game. From the start of this competition here, route set by Laurent Lepore. And the route setting team here.
Sicher auch hier eine Riesenaufgabe für die Kreatoren, wie soll man sagen, den Meister von der Boulder, von Grindelwald. Wie funktioniert das eigentlich, die Boulder? Der Ruderbau,
Anna Vollermeyer here, 18 years old, from Vienna. 5th at the Female Juniors Boulder European Youth Championship in Grindelwald. Last year, on this soil, just missing out on a place on the podium, but making finals there. And it's her best result so far to date. She has competed in some of the seniors from last year as well. She was present at Kitzbühel, Lagdragomer and Innsbruck for the bouldering. Innsbruck, which is our next competition coming up for you next weekend. She came 37th in Innsbruck last year, 39th in Lagdragomer and 31st in Kitzbühel last year on the senior circuit. Before that, she was on the European Youth Cups. Solely a boulderer. And what about all the excitement that we had last weekend then, with that very, very near victory for Shauna Coxey? Anna Storr taking it overall though. And from the start of the year with the double German gold also. Only 2 cups gone so far in the year. Already some exciting things happening on the World Cup rankings. James Casey in 3rd place on the World Cup rankings at the moment for Australia. He's here as well, be in the semi-finals a little bit later on today. I know there's a lot of support joining us from over in Oz. Shout out to Katie, who's joining us. Good morning to you on Twitter, saying looking forward to seeing how Shauna does. Such a shame about that dab in Baku and missing the first win. It was, and we're still waiting for that first win from Shauna. 2 or 3 years later, she's been chasing that gold medal for quite a while now. Plenty of silvers in the bag, plenty of bronzes. We want to see if she's going to take that first gold. Could it be here? Could it be Grindelwald? I'm not going to say much more on it. I don't want to try and jinx her. And Anna is looking very, very strong already now. Hello to Ola as well. Great way to start the day. Semis in Grindelwald. Nice to have you guys with us. So yeah, we're looking at this huge dyno at the start of M1. I can see people already spotting that on the Twitter as well. And then this tricky diagonal section of traverses on F1 as well then. Julia Abramchuk next up for us, and Martin Stranik from the Czech Republic. Julia Abramchuk from Russia. Let us know who you're cheering for as well. If you're here to watch anyone in particular, let us know. Get in touch with us on Twitter. Stranik yesterday topped all 5 of the blocks. Just did it in so many attempts that it means that he's qualified at the bottom of the pile here. So you can see how intense it's been yesterday. Martin Stranik, 24 years old, world ranked 62nd at the moment. The best that we've seen from him is 7th place at Vienna back in 2011 on the senior circuit. This is on the junior circuit, quite a name for himself, in the lead as well. Predominantly lead, a gold medal from the European Youth Series in Veliko Tarnovo in Bulgaria in 2007. We've seen him narrowly miss out on a final in Vienna for the bouldering. Narrowly miss out on the final of the World Championships in Arco in 2011 as well. And he came 8th at Vienna in 2012. Kevin Heiniger back out here as well. This crazy overhang. interesting positioning finding himself in here. Whatever works. Now, the athletes don't have to take the bonus hold. If they get to the top, they are given the bonus hold on that attempt. We saw yesterday, actually, on one of the blocks, although Sean didn't make it through into the semi-finals, which is surprising. He normally makes finals, but no, both him and Jorg, who has already medalled this year as well, didn't make finals. But on one of the blocks yesterday, it was a slab problem. And it was quite a big reach out for someone of Sean's stature. So we basically just climbed up on top of the start hold and dynoed to the finish straight away. Just completely bypassed about 4 or 5 moves, the entire block basically, and just went straight up from one of the start holds. Stood on top of it, popped up for the top. That's how he topped out in that problem. Now, he would have got the bonus for that even without deliberately going for it or trying to take it. See here, Heiniger's beater on this one. It's a bit crazy. It's this move here, reaching underneath with the left, that just looks really awkward. And it's spinning him off every time. Is he having a rethink here? So 5 minutes for these guys in the semi-finals per each block, and then 5 minutes rest and 5 minutes back on again as they move along the wall here. Abramchuk yesterday with 4 tops in 7, 5 bonuses in 11. 31-year-old athlete from St. Petersburg. Came 9th at Chongqing this year, very start of our season. Made finals in Munich back in 2010, ended up in 6th, and also in Sheffield back in 2010, ended up in 6th as well. Came 5th back at Moscow. But you are looking at one of our world champions back from Xinghai in China in 2009. She came first, she took a gold medal there. Well within her capabilities to try and make it through into a final. See how she gets on here. She has medaled several times on the IFSC World Cup circuit before for bouldering. It was back around 2008, 2009 that happened. Pull on start here for F2. Looking like a cheeky knee bar there as well from Kachikadik. Very dynamic move as well there from the white volume on F2 up over the roof. Quick 1-2 onto the bonus, which is the yellow hold. You can see just creeping out a shot on the right hand side. Makoto Imuchi out onto M1, and also Rebecca Stotz out now onto F1. Going to revving up there to try and get onto that pop the first time. Luke Hobbs from the Harrogate Hustlers back with us, saying supporting Shauna Coxey on her way to the first gold medal. Ozzy is here as well, saying just 2 hours of sleep, but it's worth it. And here we see a different beater from Stefan Danke on M2. A little bit more like what we'd expect from this point. Right hand up first, heel hook there, trying to just slide up, pop up to that next one with the right hand. Stefan back down on the ground again, but a good beater here, slightly different to what we saw a few moments ago from Kevin Heiniger. It looks like a better method of getting up there as well. Nice little cluster at the top of the bonus hold as well, those two yellow holds there. I'm wondering if there's anything in those holds. Whether they've been put on by the setters to try and close off a section towards the top of that bonus hold that might have had a bit more of a positive edge on it. Stotts on F1. Tricky pinch there, not giving her much to go on. That grey plate as she tries to go up to the bonus. Makoto Imuchi still on the ground, trying to figure out this pop up onto the bonus hold. Big, big jump on M1. Here he goes again. And we see Danke getting lured in to what we saw from Kevin Heiniger a little bit earlier. She doesn't trust that bonus hold. Wanting to go up onto the next red plate. And Makoto makes the pop. Very nice still with 1 minute and 23 seconds left on the clock. Several attempts there, but a top in the bag. And here we see Anna Vollenweider again on F2 over on the other side now. Trying to gear up for that quick one too there, Anna. 30 seconds left on the clock. She's going to have to move here for another couple of attempts. Debating another knee bar there. Not quite enough height. Here's something different as well from Rebecca Stotts. Trying a heel hook there from the start hold. 2 seconds left. Unfortunately, not enough for these guys. We welcome Heiniger back out again. Over onto our third block now as well. Elizabeth Asher here as well, a new name for the US, making it through into semi-finals. Nice to see Alex getting some support over here in Europe. Narasaki Tomoa as well here for Japan on M1. Elizabeth Asher, 27 years old, from Austin. We've seen her at the US Cups before now. It's 14th place at Vail in 2012, 14th place at Canmore in 2011, 11th at Vail in 2009 and 14th at Vail in 2008. You can see her in the top left-hand corner of your screen now. Very quick finish there from Martin Stranik, looking strong on M2. And F3 here we see the slab. This is the one yesterday that from the start holder saw Sean dynoing up to the top. And I was having to play around on that wall actually yesterday after everybody had gone home, because that's the only time I ever climb, because it's embarrassing. And the lean on this, the angle on the slab is very, very slight. It's almost vertical. Doesn't give you much to go on at all, and with these tiny, tiny footholds, as you can see here, and an awkward move across, you have to be very, very careful, very slow. Not much to lean into. Julia Abramchuk trying a more static approach there, you can see at the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. Over on M3 now then as well. Heiniger trying to make it over to the arete where the bonus is there. You can see that little bit of red tape on the edge. Here he goes again. Got some strapping going on the left knee as well here. That might not necessarily be an injury or a strain. Just a little bit of support. Kuba saying dyno on second also looks hard. Looks like the top competitors will have some battle today. They'll be coming out a little bit later on for us. See Abramchuk trying to analyze F2 here. A quick 1-2 that we saw a few moments ago from Anna Bollenwinder. It's definitely the way to go about it. And Narasaki makes the dyno on M1 straight up to the top. So it's definitely a case in point on M1 of if you can make the dyno, you're going to be okay. That's a top for you. The quicker you can manage it. Nice easy finish after that. Katic down on the bottom right now on the slab here. Contemplating switching feet. Managing it over onto the bonus now. Nice little arete edge there for her to get a little bit extra support. Watch the hips don't turn out too much from the wall. Turning in again now over onto the pink volume. She has the arete to get a little bit of extra support before she goes up here again. And it's looking like a pop for the top. They have not been kind to them today at all. A little more static. Is she going to stay there? As long as she can get the other hand on there now, that would be a top. And unfortunately just falling down. End of time as well. Managed to get there, just not quite quick enough. Mr. Kasey out on M1 now. It's James Kasey from dear old Oz. And Mina Markovic out on F1 as well. Both of these guys are two to keep your eyes on as we move through the rest of today in the semi-finals. We'd expect to see them challenging for a spot in the finals. James came 5th at the first comp this year. And 7th just at Baku, just missed out on a place in the finals. Mina made the finals in Baku. Mina already up onto the bonus here, going onto the pink pinch with the right hand. Crazy dyno thing there from James Kasey. Went to go for the pop and then decided he was going to try and get his feet up a little bit higher. That could be interesting. Ended up with his right foot on the right start hold there at the top of the pyramid. Mina looking good here. One move away from the top. Very nicely done from Mina Markovic. Rebecca Stotts trying the quick 1-2 on F2 as well. Over in the bottom left corner of your screen now you can see Anna Volomida. Also on the bottom right as well. Two different angles for you here of F3. James having a tough time of this pop on M1. Very delicate here from Anna. Up onto the bonus now. Wedge yourself into that corner a little bit more. If she can get that foot onto the next hold, she should be a little bit safer here. It's got a tiny little hold on it, bit of a foothold. Applause for Rebecca Stutz and also there for Makoto Yamuchi. James again trying to get that foot up onto the next one instead of just going straight from the start hold here. Here we go again. So it's taking his energy getting that right foot up onto that start hold. Essentially trying to do a double diner with his feet. Shout out to Bayside who are joining us. Just seen the picture you posted on Twitter. Nice to have you with us. Supporting James Kazay all the way from Oz. Very, very nearly manages that pop there. 35 seconds, couple more of attempts left in it. At least he's smiling. Anna again trying to get over here. Seemed her foot was a little bit too far back on that bonus hold a moment ago. There we are, she's going a little bit higher now. Should put her in a decent enough position to take that next foothold with her hand. There we are. She's going to pop for it. Big disadvantage there for some of the shorter athletes on that final move on F3. Unfortunately, no top there for James and no top there for Anna either. We move on to Guillaume, now on M1. And Natalie Bashi, another Swiss hope on F1 here. Keep our eyes glued on Martin Stranik, though, over on M3 at the moment. For a very strong finish on M2. Very quick managing there of that bonus. Straight up to the top from Guillaume. As always, a force to be reckoned with. Strong start there from the French athlete. Question in then from KT saying, why don't the organisers duplicate the blocks rather than set separate problems for two groups? It doesn't seem fair. Very interesting point, and often they do. I've seen Jackie Godoff try to set more or less a mirrored image for two groups before. That was back at Log Dragonmare a while ago, and he was trying to mirror them. They are always very aware of that when two groups are coming into play, and they always do try and set them at similar difficulties. They don't try to make them different, they try to make them a similar standard as possible. The big thing is the wall itself. As you can see, this wall is very higgledy-piggledy. There's lots of different faces. Only one slab wall here. Two promenades you can see in the top left-hand corner of your screen that might work together. But the wall is all very, very different itself, so they have to work with what they have. See here how the power has turned against Martin Stranik on this next one for M3. A much more technical block here. Not necessarily relying on just the pure power that he has. Make it a little bit more static. Sebastian about to try and... Very interesting new beater here on F2. Is she going to match there, or trying to get over to the bonus?
Minutes. Letzte Minute.
Another thing for you on the setting of the blocks and trying to have two groups have it exactly the same. Another interesting point is that you can place a bolt hole in pretty much the same place. As you can see here, all the bolt holes on the back wall, you can kind of figure out if you had the two identical profiles here and you wanted to set the same block for two different groups, you can put a bolt hole in pretty much the same place, but screw holes are going to be much more difficult to try and match up identically to each other. It's another thing to bear in mind as well, trying to pair them up. Just a point there from Graham Alderson on that one. And the other thing would be volumes as well. They're quite often handmade in terms of putting them on at the exact same angle. They're screwed on obviously as well, and you get differences between each volume depending on where it comes from. Lots and lots of variables, so it's easier just to set blocks that are a similar difficulty. Try and pair it as much as you possibly can. Shout out to Charlotte Warner, who's joining us saying watching the World Cup in bed with Ellis. And William as well saying the Vic State team stopped training to watch James Casey. Go Casey! He's now back out on M2. See whether he can manage his way around this beater. And Mina as well Markovic trying again a more static approach on F2. Who would expect it of a lead climber? I'm not leadist, honestly. Nina again with another attempt on F2 here. James down on the mat at the moment. A lot of support for Rebecca Stotts down on F3 as well. As I said, the shorter climbers are at a disadvantage here because they have to make that jump, the pop to the finish hold on F3. They've got the erect to work with there as well. Footholds aren't great. James is going to need this top here. Nice finish over on F4 for Anna Volomida. Sharafudinov, Berit Schrager. M1 and F1, Sharafudinov already finished. Another attempt for Rebecca Stotts. James here. Another one that's not liking that bonus hold at all. Stotts gearing up again. Here we go. And she manages it. Very nice. A round of applause from the crowd. Big cheer. Stefan Danker over on M4 here now as well. Cheeky little toe hook there on the start hold. Bit of extra support. Just under a minute left now. James with another attempt here. Shout out to Climbers Against Cancer joining us from Langnau near Zurich. Another interesting technique there from Mr. Kasey. That heel hook up a little bit higher. If you are not aware, if you've been living in a box for the past year or so about what Climbers Against Cancer is, do me a favour, get yourself over onto the website. It's www.climbersagainstcancer.org. That is all written out, that's not cac.org. www.climbersagainstcancer.org. Get involved, this fantastic charity. It's been raising money and has become officially the IFSC's chosen charity this year. Go and get yourself a t-shirt. Simon saying F2 looks nails. Natalie Barchi. Stranik on M4, Elizabeth Asher on F3. Julia Abramchuk with her final climb on F4 now, around the corner of this prow on the far right hand side of the wall, bottom right of your screen. Russia here. Fighting for another attempt. Guillaume back out on M2 now. Kypros Beltrunas from Lithuania on M1. And Melanie Sandos on F1. Kypros very nearly managing that dyno there on M1. See how Guillaume reads this beta here on M2. Matching on the higher plate there, trying to get up for the next one. And Kypros manages the pop here. This is looking good from him. Strong show yesterday, and also a strong show to start off on M1. Stranik up onto the bonus hold here now as well on M4. Bottom right corner of your screen. Matching here. Very nearly managing that quick move up to the penultimate hold as well. Interesting to see Guillaume still down on the ground. Sandos making the bonus here. Current bouldering world champion Melanie Sandos from Bercy. Just in the top left-hand corner of your screen at the moment, next to Guillaume. Guillaume going down onto the bonus this time to go up onto the penultimate hold, the black. Now he goes over with the left, and he's got a secure hold on the black there, pulling up and managing to get to the top. Very nicely done there from Guillaume. It's looking like that's one of the tactics. Definitely one way of doing it. Stranik manages the pop now. Go again. Just slips with the right foot there. Attempt on F3. Natalie Bash is so close to securing that bonus hold as well on F2. 14 seconds, she's going again. Martin Stranik very nearly makes the top there on M4 as well, but unfortunately no. 7 seconds left on the clock. Mike Euler is down as well now, so we're looking forward to another turnaround. Kasey back out. Here's Melissa Leneve, Misha Sharafudinov. Kasey now on M3. Sharafudinov taking some time here at the start of M2 just to analyse what he's going to do around this roof section. Ina Markovic more or less straight away up onto the slab. Rebecca Stotz on F4, her final climb here after a fantastic top on F3 a few moments ago. James Kasey is going to need to get a top on both of these next two here, M3 and M4. He wants to see himself standing a chance of going forward into the finals. Only 6, remember, out of this grouping for for the men and 6 for the women that we take forward into the finals. We've still got some pretty big names yet to come out. Dimitri straight up onto the roof. Blazer on M1 now, there's an Ev on F1. Dimitri trying to get some bearings here. So currently, Yamiuchi Makoto is leading the men's with 3 tops in 12 attempts. Guillaume Guérin-Mondé, 2 tops in 3 at the moment. Martin Stranik, 2 tops in 4 in 3rd place. And a flash there for Dimitri Sharafutnov. No problems here. Another world champion for us. We've got the World Championships coming up this year. Who's psyched about that, by the way, as well? Let us know if you're looking forward to our World Championships this year. The bouldering stage of that is going to be in Munich. See these guys all coming to get involved. I asked Dimitri whether he was thinking about that last week in Baku, and he said at the moment, I'm not even letting it entertain a thought in my brain. Otherwise he'll get too stressed about it. Trying to focus on the boulder season. Mina. Not quite enough on that pop there. Not a fan of the dynamic moves, Mina Markovic. James Kasey over to the red edge and the bonus here now on M3. And a bit smearing there with the left leg. Crazy flexible move here, very nicely managed. Just wedge himself in, going for a knee bar. Just chill out there for a bit, James, that's good. Take a rest. Gotta fight for it. Don't let that left leg slip. Very nice, up into the corner, slow and steady now. And there it is, the first top for Mr. James Kasey of Australia. Nicely managed on M3. Can he do it again on M4? Will it be enough? Mina going to go for another pop here now then. Again, not overly tall, so for the shorter athletes, it is going to have to be a pop for the top on F3. A little bit more height this time, still not quite enough. Berit Schweiger on F2. Dimitri's long gone on M2. Massive advantage as well of flashing the block is that you just get to have so much more time to rest in between these blocks. It's one of the things that Anna was saying when we chatted to her at Chongqing. You want to get it done as quickly as possible, not just for the scores as it is, but also so you can rest up as much as possible, particularly during the finals, obviously. We've already done the semis blocks later on tonight. For the qualifying round yesterday, they're going to be a little bit tired like this evening. Which was interesting as well as we were speaking to the route setter here, Laurent Poor. Our chief route setter here, saying that they're yet to decide on a sequence in terms of which will be M1, M2, M3, M4. Obviously they know what the blocks are going to be, but they're still deciding what order they're going to come in, and that's going to depend on how the athletes perform here in the semi-finals. So they're basically tailoring the final to be the best possible show for us, but also to fit in with how the athletes are feeling. If they're really performing well and they're not that tired, then maybe they just change the ordering a bit. If they're a little bit lethargic, maybe start with the most physical block and then maybe some more technical ones later on. It's a nice attitude for the route setters to have. Organise a final around the performance of the athletes that make it through in the semi-finals. Jeremy Bonder, definite potential finalist, out now on M1, and also Momoka Oda on F1 also, another potential finalist here. Very well-known lead climber. An announcement from CAC as well here saying We will be making a donation from CAC in Munich as well as in Vale. As John just given us an announcement there on that one. It's going around the world, donating on each continent. The next setups are in Munich, the World Championships, and then also in Vale as well. Kypros out on M2 here now, and Guillaume on M3. Bonder's going to struggle on this one with his height. That is a very, very big jump. And he is one of the shorter climbers. Mocha struggling with that bonus hold here as well on F1. Big swing out on F4 here, right round the corner. Short of dragging a foot behind you. I'm not entirely sure how they're supposed to manage that one. That's a quick 1-2-3 from Elizabeth Asher there on F4. Trying to get onto the black hold a little bit further round. Guillaume not really liking even the start here of M3 rather. Mocha passed and onto the pinch plate there on F1, but still not quite enough. Melanie Sandoz over on F2 now as well. Guillaume over onto the bonus. He's got that spindly height and gangly legs. Incredible flexibility here now, you can see from Guillaume. Left foot right up onto the bonus. Still chilling out with that right foot, the previous foothold. Here we go from Guillaume. Can he hold it? Second hand up. Really leaning into that corner. Ah, just slipping there as the 1 minute timer goes. That looks like a really uncomfortable move there on F3. I keep saying M3. On F3 we have Natalie Barchi. That's the slab here in the bottom left-hand corner. So, you know, Bond has found a method here on M1, which is quite nice. He's trying to do what James has done, but he's doing it by getting his foot up first of all before making the jump, which means that he's now jumping from the right foot being a little bit higher, giving him that little bit of extra height. Now what James was doing was trying to go for the jump and then halfway through the jump trying to do another little jump from that right hand hold, getting his foot on that one as well. Better method there from Jeremy Bonder, just not quite enough, maybe stumbled on it a little bit too late. We welcome back Kilian Verschuber onto M1. Kilian will have the height now to be able to make that jump a little bit easier. Sharafutinov back out. And James Kasey with his final climb in the semi-finals over on M4 now. Mina Markovic on F4. Here we go. I'm loving how relaxed Dimitri looks all the way through this at the moment. That's the first minute there that he's run down before getting onto the wall, just having a bit of a stretch there in front of it before starting. James makes an attempt here on M4. Here we go. You've seen that before, James. You can get up there with that toe hook. Staying low instead. Maybe a better tactic. A little bit awkward there as he went for the bonus. Well, there's Dimitri then. Just finishing up there on M3. Just going to go and chill out for a bit. Moika asking whether Mina reached the top on F2 and F3. I don't believe there was a top on F3. I'm not entirely sure on F2. I can tell you that at the moment it is showing on the system as one top in one attempt, so a flash. Killian tops out on M1 at the moment. F2 either, which is interesting because I thought she likes her technical blocks. She doesn't particularly mind anything dynamic. We've seen her set dynamic blocks before. The men at the La Sportiva. We've seen her do quite well on dynamic moves before as well. She does prefer the technical side of things. She's not enjoying F2 at the moment. Berit Schweiger here on F3. Good positioning. Can she make the pop? Bottom left corner. Here we go. Just a little bit too short. 1 minute alarm about to sound. James Casey with another attempt here on M4. Come on, James. Let's push for it. This is nice. A little heel hook instead. A little bit higher. Left hand up onto the bonus now. Next couple of moves pretty tricky. Matching on the bonus. Here we go. Big pull. Slap that left hand up onto the black. Not quite enough. 40 seconds left. Berit going for another attempt. James having a think. Rotation, unfortunately, and that does wrap things up for James Casey and Mina Markovic here. We welcome Jenny Levada and Gabrielle Moroni to M1 and F1. Gabrielle Moroni want to watch out for as we move through this competition. Definite possibility of seeing him through into a final. Unfortunate turn of events here in the semi-finals for James, though, just the one top. So Guillaume on his final climb of the day here. The semis at least so far, with 2 tops in 3 attempts, 2 bonuses in 2. You can see you get the bonus on M3, but no top just a few moments ago. He's on M4 in the bottom right corner now with Natalie Bachi on F4. Mocha on F2. Another lead climber, so with this dynamic move here on F2, is she going to have a good time of things, or is she going to be struggling? Lavada very nearly on the penultimate hold there. Losing the feet, unfortunately. Boulder on M2 as well. Seconds. Guillaume a little bit panicked here, trying to get back on the one on M4. Mel Sandoz still at the ground on M3 at the moment. Better attempt here from Jeremy. Tough set of blocks for the semi-finals here. What are you guys thinking back at home? F2 is proving very tricky. M4, another one that's stumping some of the men here as well. And F4 for the women's also. So next up, Anders Mertesinski Victor for Poland. We've seen him several times before. Big hope for Poland. Qualified and tied 5th yesterday with 5 tops in 10 attempts, 5 bonuses in 8. He's up now on M1, 29-year-old athlete from Krakow. Came 10th in Chongqing this year. Made semis twice last year. Once at Nyon, where he came 16th. Once at Eindhoven, where he came 20th. 10th at Chongqing, a good step up for him as well. Let's see how he gets on here with M1. He's definitely got the height to make this jump. Dimitri then on M4. Pretty much a near perfect run so far for Dimitri. No stress. Yet again, he's let the clock run down for the first minute by just analysing the route, keeping calm, slow and steady. Andrzej Merkowski Victor, very, very quick finish there for him. Said he's got the height. Very, very good. Keo here on F2. Now we should see some good things from her. Predominant boulderer. Is going to be trying leak as well later on this season, like we saw a couple of times from her last year. Shouldn't be afraid of these dynamic moves like we're seeing on F2. Quick pop up to that bonus has proved the most successful one so far. Mike saying great diversity of static and dynamic moves in the 4 semi-problems, a little bit of everything. I would agree with that, definitely. Nice slab problem here on F3 down with Melissa Leneve. On technical side of things, athletic style of climbing as well. This should suit her, not too bad. Nice overhang section on M2. We've also got the same thing on F2 with a dyno mixed in there as well. M2 a little bit more of a technical block here. Great traverse on M3 with that awkward corner move once taking the bonus into an upper slabby section, but it's pretty much once you've got your foot onto that red block on M3, if you can wedge yourself up in that corner, you're onto a winner. I'm liking F4 at the moment as well. It seems to have just pretty much stumped everybody. It's definitely something on that quick move onto the black hole, I think, on that swing around. Dimitri Sharafutinov for the first time today running into some problems on M4. So now we know that these really are a good set of blocks. And Akio, as we expected, atop there on F2 as well. Much more comfortable with the more dynamic moves. Melissa Leneve down here on F3. Not enjoying the start as Killian tops out on M2. Dimitri trying that heel hook that we saw from James Kisei earlier on. It's a nice one as well. It's the match on the bonus. Don't know what Dimitri was trying to do there. I'm just going to just spiral off into madness. Right away from the wall. Needs to get low on that bonus hold. Sort his feet out. Pop up with the left onto that black plate above him. .30 seconds left on the clock. Melissa having trouble starting on F3 here. Maybe moving a bit too quick, but she's not having a good time of things today. Marine Thevenet, another one to watch out for on F1. She's done very well so far this year. Made it into the first finals and missed out by coming 7th at the second finals in Baku just recently. A lot more competition here though for her. See whether she can hold her own here. 5 seconds left, no top for her on F1. Melissa has started to move now, but she's got 1 second left on the clock, and that's going to be her time up, unfortunately. She's about to be called down. She's going to be frustrated with that. So, Hori Sukuru next up for us on M1. And Nakamio on F1. Gabriel Moroni and Jenny Labada back out on number 2. The last climb here for Melanie Sandos and Kipros Beltrunas. Johnny Bonder and Momoka Oda on F3. It'll be interesting to see how Momoka gets on with this one. straight away from Hori Sakuru. No messing about there at all. Straight up to the top. Cross here for Gabriel Moroni on the bonus. Good at the moment. This move might... No, he manages it. This is interesting. Now, we saw athletes earlier on staying on the bonus, taking the black and then taking the red. He's managed to do it this way. And up to the top. Very red in the face, but managing to make it. Nicely done there from Gabriel Moroni on M2. Very good morning to Project Climbing. He's with us here, trying to get the word out. Boulder looking good here at the moment, over on M3. Straight up into the knee bar. You see it's a little bit more awkward for him here because he's got those shorter legs to try and get the knee bar in. Really on his tiptoe as well. Distance there is going to be really tough for him to try and ply himself up that corner. Even when he's up there, it's looking like he's going to have to edge up towards the upper section of that red hole to get over and touch the top. Got the beater down fine on the first section. It's just about finding a different way of trying to get up once you took the bonus. Over on M3 here at the moment. Shout out to former Mocha Oda, has managed the first section of F3 at the moment. We're trying to get a head around the dyno section at the end of it. Minute 50 left on the clock, and Mocha Oda having a think here before another attempt. Okay, let's see if Bonda's going to try something different now. Top right corner of your screen, he's going to get himself back into that position. That knee bar didn't work out for him last time. Yep, he's going over with the hand instead. Very interesting. And doing it the other way around. And he's side mantling it. This is fantastic. This is exactly the kind of thing you want to see. Very, very different approach. Beautifully executed. Refusing to let his height become a problem. That is exactly the kind of thing you want to see at a Boulder World Cup. Completely different beater. Fantastic effort there from him. Hopefully it's enough to see him with the next one as well. He's got M4 yet to come. Jeremy Bondo, we want to see him through into the finals. Boulder not having a good time on F2. F2 seems to be the bane here, and also F4. The women have had a tough time of things. Lots of support here for Kypros as well. Kypros Baltrunas on M4. This could be a good finish for him. He's got to be careful here. He's going to smear with his face. So close. And there it is, very nicely managed. Kypros Baltrunas, Lithuania. Back down on the ground after a top on M4. Okay, another rotation. Back with Sugimoto. Rei Sugimoto for Japan and our gold medalist. From Chongqing, Yula Verm. Did well also in Baku just recently. We're into the top ranking athletes now for this year. very, very strong competitors still yet to come. Racing a motor, one-handed, managing that double dyno there. Unbelievable catch. We've seen him in plenty of finals. The dark horse, as we called him last year, because we always seem to forget about it. See, now I almost missed that. That was an incredible catch there. Flash on M1, no time wasted at all. He hasn't even used a full minute. In fact, I've been talking about it for the past 10 seconds. That was an incredible start for him. Andrzej Mercezinski Victor on M2 then. Very good start on M1 for him a little bit earlier. Also not really feeling that bonus hole, trying to go up to the next one instead. The red plate there. Let's see how he's going to figure out getting up to the black hole, which is going to give him the top. Underneath Evanet. Nearly managing to hold that one there. Starting to see fewer and fewer athletes going for that quick 1-2 on F2. Another one that should be able to function pretty well on F3. Should be used to slabs. We've seen plenty of them in different finals and semi-final stages. Bouldering before. This should be okay for her, and it also has the dynamic finish that she'll be used to. She should do quite well here on F3. Uleverm on F1. Up to the pinch now. Killian trying that. Another different beater here over on M3. It worked for Boulder, it's working for Killian as well. And he would have had the height to try and do that. The other way that we've seen here, but nice. It almost did seem like an easier way. Jeremy Boulder seemed to just walk his way up that higher section there. There's a top for Killian Fischuber. Marine. It's just an awkward way of doing it. The whole thing looks awkward, to be honest, F2. We've seen a couple of knee bars being used at the start of F2 before. Andrzej figuring it out on M2 as well now. There we are, there's another top for him. Just taking your time to figure out what she's going to do here on F2. Akio ready for another attempt on F3. Different method here now from Marine Pevernet. Just going to cheeky heel hook there to get up to this position. Stepping with the left foot. Okay, Akio in a good position here now. As high as she can with the arete. Spring here. Very nearly gets the hand up to that point, but not enough. And with 6 seconds left on the clock, not quite managed, unfortunately, for Akio Noguchi. Welcome Alex Puccio onto the field, and also Jörne Kruder. As I've said before, the king of the qualifications. Let's see how he gets on here in the semis. This is Hori Sukuru. Sukuru back out on M2 after an incredible first hop up onto M1. Let's see how he gets on with this one as well. Final climb from Moka Oda and Jeremy Bonda. Shout out to Gamanda who's joining us. Yone Kruder first attempt as well on M1. Nicely managed. Back into isolation. A little bit of relaxing time there for him. Earned himself some extra for finishing so quick. Skuru heel hook here. That's how he's going to get up onto this black hole. Key to this problem, M2. Puccio with a slip there, down on the ground on F1. And Hori down as well. Bonda already up onto the bonus on M4. A lot of support coming in for Anderje. Two tops so far, two more blocks yet to try. Looking strong for his first final here. He can keep putting them out the bag like he is at the moment. This is interesting on F2 as well. No Nakamio. The static approach matching here. Nicely managed on F2. Matching on the bonus. And there's the top. Japan looking very strong here. Rei Sugimoto about to come out in a little while as well. Sakura is here on M2. If you are watching from any stretch of the world, wherever you may be at the present moment in time, get in touch with us, let us know where you are joining us from. We like to know who's watching and where. You can do that on the hashtag in the center of your screen at the moment on Twitter, IFSCWC. You know where to go. Come and say hello to us. Different method here from Momoka Oda. And on F4, right hand corner of the screen. Bonda at the bonus again. And up to the next one. Trying for the dynamic approach. Puccio's had a tricky start this year. Alex is fighting her way through to the finals, but just having a bad time of things at Baku just recently. Didn't seem to get on with it too well, and also in Chongqing. She's not liking F1 here at the moment as well. Seconds left on the clock, down on the ground, trying to analyze it. Different, look at this crazy method going on here, this beater in from Skuru Hori. It's almost got a drop knee going on here. It's worked. Top there for Hori Skuru. Shout out to Just Somebody, who's from Sydney, in Oz, who's joining us. Tough call for James Kasey earlier on. I'll try and have a chat to him as we move through the rest of the day. Also a hello to Mike Winters, who's watching the semis from good old Reno in Nevada. USA dark and early. Thank you for being with us as we welcome Rustam Gelmanov and Shauna Coxey out onto the field on M and F1. Aki Noguchi's final climb today, and also Kilian Fischuber's for the semis at least. And a hello to on-site climbing as well, streaming us live in the gym. Shauna up to the plate then on F1. First attempt. Slow and steady. Wins the race. Foot up with the left there. Saw Puccio struggling with this one a moment ago. Where's she going to go from here? Quick pop. Manages to catch it with the right hand. Nice finish. Good start for Shauna Coxey. Rustam then. One of the shorter athletes. He's going for that higher foot. Look on the start there from the dyno. Sugimoto here on M2 as well. Fantastic strong start on M1. Took the pop on M1 with one hand. Here now figuring out the bonus, but in a good position here at the moment. Hugging it with that heel hook on the right. Just losing the heel hook. Kia on the ground trying to figure out what to do on F4. F4 really tricky at the moment. People are getting the bonus, but they're not managing to get this swing out right. Andersje here on M3. On to the bonus now. He's going for this knee bar method. Saw from James Kissay a little bit earlier on. He's got the height to do it by the look of things. Not too shaky here. Tough move from now though. Now are we going to see a different beater from him, or is he going to try that method again? Really difficult move there. Juleverm. Cheeky double dyno, manages to catch with one hand on the red and one on the yellow, and there is a top for her. Nicely done from Euler there. Hello to Katie from Kent. Hello from Powell as well. Mr. Johnny Rhodes watching. Shout out to Heidi also as well. Nice to see so many of you joining us here for the semi-finals of Grindelwald 2014. We've got the finals coming up for you a little bit later on. Only 6 of these athletes from the men and 6 from the women, so 12 in total. They're going to be allowed to move forward into the finals. Rustam still trying that higher foot. Not quite enough. Very nicely managed from Aki Noguchi. Did you see that there? That was a 4 by the look of things. 1, 2, 3, 4 onto that black, and there's the top. It can be done. It is nice to see it happening. Lovely bit of technical work there from Aki Noguchi. Fast and efficient, managing to get to the black and hold it. That's definitely the way to do it. Andersje fighting here in the corner. Not quite enough. 10 seconds left on the clock, unfortunately. Andersje has had his first defeat of the semi-finals. Still one more to go, though. Great hat.
zu unseren jeweils Erstplatzierten aus der gestrigen Quali. Und dann haben wir quasi Schweizer mit Wien. Stand 47 ist Schweiz über den ersten Land Petra Klingler. Stand 47 sind ganz links oder nicht ganz links aus dem ganz.
Roland Rugens next up for us then. Very, very strong start of this year. Impressive performances. Tied first here from yesterday in the qualifying rounds, making it into here the semi-finals. 22 years old. In Latvia, came 9th at Chongqing, 17th at Baku. Shout out to Ian Gates saying catching some semi-finals. We'll be back later for the finals too. That's what we like to hear. Plenty of features to show you guys later on as well, coming up on the pre-show for the finals. Advice from Jörg Verhoeven and Sean McCall on how to climb if you're tall, and train if you're tall, and how to climb or train if you're short. On the training tips this week, we'll be catching up with the local organisers here, the Swiss organising body as well. Nicely managed there from Roland Rugens. And there's the top he needs. I will also be catching up with Petra Klingler and our chief route setter here, Laurent Laporte, as well. So plenty to look forward to later on. Here is Petra Klingler, qualifying very, very well for the qualies yesterday. Nice different beater here, using the one that actually looks like it is easier. It's the better way of doing things over on M3 from Hori Sukuru. And there is a top for him as well. Yeah, we saw Killian use that one as well. Alex has the strength to do that quick 1-2 as well on F2. It's what she needed after a tough start on F1. There is a top, she's shaking her head, so hopefully that'll get her in a better mind frame as we move through the next set of blocks for her. Doesn't look happy. Needs to turn the brain off. Smile more. There we are, there's a smile. Oh, and Gabriel Moroni, one hand on the top, just lost the foot. That scream is deserved, Gabriel. Bane of Beta. It's the one thing that seems to defeat him. He's got the maximum power to deal with problems such as this. He's got the finger strength to work through it. It's just figuring out how to do it. Not spending too long with overexerting himself by reading the Beta wrong. So let's hope that he can get around this one. Nice to see him using the time here on M2 to really analyse what he's going to do before going for it. Same thing here for Petra Klingler as well. A lot of strappage going on the right shoulder here. Toe hook here on the right. Good at the moment. Make this pop up. Nice, he's took it with the left though this time instead. The most successful ways that we've seen this on M2 is by using a heel hook instead of a toe hook on that upper volume there, the green volume. And he's managed to do it this way. One move away from the top here, Jerne. You're doing it with your feet. Does that count? I don't know whether that counts. There it is. Unbelievable way of managing that. I'm going to just read Beta like this. Fantastic finish. Very dramatic. And also Gabriella Moroni managing a top on M4 as well. Jerne, that was insane. We want to see more stuff like that, please. Ellie Berry saying, deciding that watching the IFSC World Cup is more important than eating breakfast. I'm not sure whether I can encourage that or not. Coxey back out now on F2. Rustam Gelmanov out on F2, M2 rather. And he's going to be hungry here now after M1 and a tough start. M2, a little bit more his style. Jan Hoyer, are we thinking we might see a flash here? He's got the height. Out on M1, and Anna Stor out on F1. We have now seen every athlete making it through to the semi-finals. These are our best of the best. These are the ones that we would expect to see going forward for a shot at the finals here. This is where it's going to get tense, because every single move these guys make now is going to make all the difference when it comes to finals if we go to countback. Countback, if you remember, was that thing, if you take out the dab, dropped Shauna from a potential first to a potential second to a potential third. This for Kia Noguchi in Baku just recently. So Jan making it there, I believe, the second attempt. Not quite on the first. Euler about to make this pop to the top on F3. It's a crazy way of doing things. Trying to casse it. Went for the pop and then have the left foot on there to get an extra little pop after a jump. I'm loving some of the comments that are coming in on the Yerne debacle, that's what I'm going to call it, on M2 a few moments ago. Baptiste saying Yerne Kruder on M2, what the hell, I just don't, I mean how? And then Carl Lang as well saying what an unbelievable top from Yerne Kruder on M2. One way of doing it with some style, definitely. Mike Winters, what did I just see with Yerne's top out on M2? Anna Stor having a tough time on F1, and Euler manages the jump on F3. That's going to put her in a good state of mind now. Manages F2 as well. Another one that had a tough time on F1. Shauna with another attempt on F2 here. You are just briefly getting to see another angle on M4 here. Shauna back down on the ground. This is Andersier. You can see the edges that they have to work with on M4. Marine knows exactly what to do on F4. It's just a matter of landing it. But that was it. Actually, that was 3 of the 4 that I think worked for Kia Noguchi. Left hand on the lower yellow, right hand on the upper yellow, and then left hand moving onto the black as she comes around the corner on F4. She needs to match on the black to stop this swing out. It's what we saw from Kia Noguchi that managed that move a little bit earlier on. Sumoto looking good here on M3. That heel hook, heel up rather, and there's the top, and he doesn't feel too comfortable with his shoulder there. It looked like he might have twinsed himself. Yep, he's grabbing it again now as he's walking off. Let's hope that's nothing serious. Rustam calling it there. And 2. Ruder's back out. Let's see what kind of crazy shenanigans he can come up with on M3 then. Just somebody getting in touch saying, what time did the final start? Trying to see how late it will be down here in Oz. Well, we are due to start the actual competition at 4:30 local time. That's 16:30 local time for us here at Grindelwald. We're going to be back with a bit of a catch-up with you guys and to say hello, get started, show you some interviews from the past few days. From about 4, that's 16:10. We'll be back with you live here, getting ready and psyched for the finals this evening. Hope you can come and join us for that one, wherever you are. Has anyone topped F2 from Katie? Yes, plenty of people have actually. Eula did not long ago. Onaka Mio doing the 1-2-3 on F4. Alex has done quite a bit of prep work on slabs for this year, she has told me such. They're not particularly enjoying them in past years. Looking good here at the moment. Let's see how she gets onto this second section of wall on F3. Using the arete here. Good from Yerne at the moment. Maybe try striking that left hand out to the lower edge of that arete as soon as possible. It's going right at the moment, which is putting him in a really awkward position. No, okay, managing it this way. Oh, just down. Von Rugen's down as well. 2 minutes left. Plenty of time to work this one out. Thinking through M3 before another attempt here. Nakamio, another attempt on F4, and here goes Alex on the slab again. Yet again, Yerne doing something crazy at the start of M3. Trying to match here. No, going over for that cross again. Some bit of pullback on there and making a dyno across to this next hold. Nicely managed. Right foot up. This is good for Yerne Kruder. Stemming into the corner. Very nicely managed. Another bit of a crazy start from him, but there's another top in the bag. He's going to be feeling pretty good right now. He's in pretty good stead for a shot at the finals here, I believe, as well. Petra still fighting on F2. those two volumes here from the start hold and then the white one above it, and the angle they're on that seems to be making it really tough for people on F2, female athletes. If they were more vertically placed, it wouldn't be so bad with an undercling and wedging your feet on the lower one just to pop up to it. As it's off, pointing in the wrong direction to the direction you actually want to go in, it's just a little bit awkward for these guys. Let's see how Anna gets on with it now. She's back out on F2. Shauna now out on F3 with the slab. And Jan Hoyer on M2. Last climb for Jule Böhm. Let's hope that she can get her head around the beater on F4 here. It must feel like a little bit of all of nothing. Seeing Akio do it a little bit earlier. 1, 2, 3, 4 from the jump after the bonus on F4. I haven't seen a move like that before. That was 1, 2, 3 from Jule. She needs to get that right hand down again. That's the all or nothing part about it.
Entre-temps, n'oubliez pas d'y aller manger quelque chose. Nous avons des choses à boire. Pour vous, vous en trouvez ça tout au fond à votre gauche.
Just being told, as I think I might have just missed it, that Neo did actually manage to get to the top of F4 a few moments ago, but it looks like she was out of time on it. There's definitely something going on with Japan here on this one, on F4. They've been strong all the way through today as well. Sugimoto, nicely managed there from Jule with just 2. Straight up to the higher one, no messing about. There we are, there's a different way of doing it. Jule Böhm, F4, another top there, that's going to see her through into the finals. Shauna just missing that pop a few moments ago. Germany, another team that's looking extremely strong this year. Jule looking in top form, as is Jan Hoyer. There we are, that's what young love can do for you. And a crazy trainer in Udo. Good from Anna here. And there's a top on F2. Nicely managed. To ISO. Shauna's still working here. 2 minutes left on the clock. Jan Hoyer still working as well. I can see Yannick Kruder looking amazing today. He is being amazing today. Very impressive last 2 tops. Shauna again, and she manages it. There we are on F3. Quite a few attempts though, she's not going to be happy with that one. Could be damaging her shot at the finals here. So, all eyes on Jan. 1 minute, 10 seconds left. Can we see a top from him? On M2. More dynamic approach there. Here you can see a different angle of the holes that these guys are using on M2. Haven't seen this before. He's going for a double D dyno thing. Huge swing out as well. Not quite the right way to go about this one, yeah. He's calling it there as well. Jerne Kruder out on M4 for his final attempt at this one. Alex Puccio on F4 now as well. Taking you back to one screen in a couple of moments. Here we are. Petra Klingler on F3. Had a nice catch-up chat with her yesterday at climbing here in Switzerland. Lorenzo asking, do the attempts and the number of tries on the block count for the finals? Until now, who is in the finals? I'm just trying to find that out for you in front of this app to update and double check. But in terms of the attempts and number of tries, yes, absolutely, of course. That'll decide the ordering of what order our athletes come out. So it'll be reverse order, much like it is here in the semi-finals. So whoever qualifies in 6th place will be the first person out in the finals. At the moment, it's Yulia Verm in first place for the women. 3 tops in 8 attempts, 4 bonuses in 7. Akio Noguchi in 2nd with 3 tops in 11 attempts. Alex Puccio in 3rd with 2 tops in 4 attempts, 3 bonuses in 5. Shauna Coxey in 4th with 2 tops in 4, 2 bonuses in 3. Rebecca Stotz in 5th, 2 tops in 6, 3 bonuses in 6. And Mina Markovic in 6th with 1 flash, 3 bonuses in 4 attempts. That's how it's standing at the moment for the women's. I'll try and give you the male lineup in a few moments' time. I believe Dimitri is in first place at the moment. I guess, of course, the amount of attempts count, as you can see as I'm reading out the results as they stand at the moment. Yulia Verm in first place with 3 tops in 8 attempts. Now that puts her ahead of Akio Noguchi, who's in 2nd with 3 tops in 11 attempts. So the fewer amount of attempts, the most amount of tops, the better. That's the way it works here. If you are new and you are just joining in for the first time, nice to see you with us. So for the men's final at the moment, I have Dmitry Sharafutinov in first place with 3 tops in 4 attempts, 4 bonuses in 6. Hori Sakuru in 2nd with 3 tops in 5 attempts, 4 bonuses in 6. Kilian Fischuber in 3rd with 3 tops in 7 attempts, 4 bonuses in 7. Gabriella Moroni in 4th, told you to watch out for it, here he is, 3 tops in 12 attempts, 3 bonuses in 9. Yamuchi Makoto in 5th with 3 tops in 12 attempts, 3 bonuses in 10, and at the moment it's Andrzej Wojciechowski Victor in 6th with 2 tops in 3 attempts. But as you can see here over on M4, Jerne Kruder is putting quite the show on at the moment for us. I think that could have just changed a few things. It will have with Andrzej's case definitely as well. We're going to be seeing Jerne in his first final of the year here, which will be nice. Very, very strong tonight. I believe with Kruder topping out just on M4, he is the only athlete so far today to have topped on every single block. I'm being told that the results at the moment are a little bit out of date. Waiting for an update from the judges here. But with Kruder topping out on M4, that's definitely secured the place in the final. Very, very strong performance there. Petra Klingler, 15 seconds left on the clock. One last shot at this. One last shot. Not quite high enough, and not enough time now either. Roland Rugen's not looking too happy either. And unfortunately, No top there for Petra. Shauna now out on F4. Van Rustem Gelmanov on M4. Anna Stohr and Jan Hoya on F3. Not a great last block for Jan Hoya. Let's hope he hasn't run into his head too much. He's already been a gold medalist this year and a bronze medalist. Actually, sorry, silver medalist. Think about that. In Baku just recently.
On the Boulder floor, we have right now with number 42,
matching on the bonus. Anna just analysing F3. Shauna trying the first attempt at the swing out here. She's got to go higher. She needs this. As Mackenzie's very kindly pointing out. Secure her spot in the final. Oh yeah, looking good at the moment. Here we see the finger strength here. We saw Jone Kruder earlier trying to do exactly what Jan Hoya is doing right now. And Jan is struggling a little bit, but he's managing it. Jone went a completely different way about it here, and he popped to this move here. Jan's just sort of beasting his way through it at the moment. And you can see at the top left as well how he's getting up into that corner with that lean out. That's exactly what Jan Hoya needed to try and push himself up into the finals. There's one more to come yet, one more block to prove himself on after the disaster that was M2 a few moments ago. Let's hope he can do it. Shauna with another attempt coming up now. It's Shauna and Anna still fighting, and Rustam on M4. Anna struggling here on F3, down on the ground again. Still working with Rustam as well here. He's sitting on the mat at the moment, trying to figure out what to do. Nice from Shauna, big swing out, but managing to hold it without having to do too much switching around. And there it is, top for Shauna Coxey, definite secure place now in the finals. Very nicely managed. So it's Anna Stohr left on the mat here. Up towards the jump. There's Rustam as well. Managing the jump. No fear at all in her eyes when it comes to dynamic climbing. Interesting to see her have quite so many attempts on this one though in the semi-finals. That just goes to show how hard the blocks are here. Mahmoud with the shout out to Jan Hoya saying well done, Hoya is back. Last minute then, Rustam Gelmanov, the only guy left here. Nice to see a different angle here as well on M4. You get to see a little bit more of this block, a little bit closer. Rustam working his way through here, he's up onto the bonus. I think one of the earliest attempts though, he's moving over. Remember, he's one of the shorter athletes as well, so you've got to look at how to read this one. very, very close to the top. Maybe he needs to go a little bit more static on this one. But as we are coming towards the end of our semi-finals, he's been out on the grounds and having a little bit of a look around, so I'm going to ask him about it now. I'm now joined by Mr. Sean McCall. Sean, how are you?
No, I'm good.
Yeah? What do you think?
It was an interesting round. The men's problems, at least from the results, and I watched a lot of the problems, were actually really good. They had different styles. I don't know, the first one was a jump, the second one was actually really complex, the third one kind of a slab mantle, and the fourth one slopers, toe hooks, and heel hooks. But overall, I thought the men's problems were really good. And then the women's, you know, a little bit less good, I'll say. But mostly just because it involved 3 out of the 4 boulders were jumps. I don't know if it was 1 or 2. Yeah, sorry, the second one, kind of coming around that corner was a jump. The third one, obviously the last move, I just think it was a little bit too far. It could have been, you know, even a foot shorter. And then the last one, the triple jump. So a little bit harder for the women, but as you can see with the results, it was still, I think, 2 tops for women to get through. And I think there'll only be 1 man that did 3 tops that get cut. So overall, pretty good results.
Well, we've seen Yerne do 4.
Yeah.
So that was very, very impressive. Yeah. Did you see his top on M2?
Yeah, I did. And it was funny. I mean, it worked really well because the last hole was so good, but I think he would have been even okay with 1, 3, and 4. But yeah, the only man to top hole.
So you think it's been a little bit against the more static style of climber on this one? You had to have that, if you're one of the female athletes here, that you've had to have that more dynamic approach to things today.
It would be harder if you're not so comfortable with this jump. They didn't do a lot of just straight pulling.
Favorite block?
Oh, that's a good question. Let me stand up so I can take a good look at them. I actually really liked men's number 2 because it actually looked like it was hard to even read. The
yeah,
top,
we've seen 3 or 4 different beaters on that.
Yeah, of course. There's maybe even more. You could go up and match either red hold. You could go up at your right, cross back under, and then obviously you can do it the way Kruder did it and go feet first.
We saw Jan doing some weird stuff on him too. Now, he didn't get the top. It was a little bit of a tough call for him. But did you see he was trying to dyno out onto the black hole?
Yeah.
Do you think that would have been successful ever? I mean, for a
sure,
lighter athlete?
he almost did it like that. He
really,
got up to the black and he got all the way to the last move and his foot kind of slipped. But it's just, he just saw it and he's like, oh, it'll work. And then he was kind of like blocked on that method.
Yeah.
And didn't find, I guess you could say, the real method. And I don't know which way he did.
We've seen 3 or 4 different beaters as well on M3. I've liked M3 so far as well, with that corner section trying to play yourself into it, or by doing that side mantle instead. How did you find the qualies yesterday? I mean, obviously, we're probably a little bit miffed as we see Roland Rugen's top out here on M4, but how were the sets in the qualies yesterday?
Overall, I mean, I just thought, at least for the men, I just thought they were a little bit easy. I came out, you know, the first boulder was, and I know we don't really say with grades because it doesn't matter. It's like, oh, maybe it's V6, but can I do every V6 ever put in front of me in 5 minutes? But in the end, I just found that they were a little bit too easy, and I wasn't, you know, challenged on very many of the boulders. Obviously, I just completely messed up. I couldn't do boulder problem 4. I didn't read it right, and I thought I was too short to reach one of the holds, so that's a big mistake. But I still had 4 tops and 6 attempts. I went back and I was like, well, you know, I climbed well. I climbed 1, 3, and 5.
It really did come down to the attempts yesterday, because we've seen a lot of people managing to do the blocks yesterday, but it was just how well you could do it.
In the end, I just thought the boulders were just a little bit too easy. To have to do all 5 qualification boulders for the semis, it doesn't leave much room for error. It's as soon as you like mess up one boulder, you can't redeem yourself by being stronger on another boulder. So I mean, it's always easy to point fingers and say that it wasn't a good round when you don't advance. And I thought the round was good. I just thought they could have, and I did hear actually they messed up one of the A and the B boulders. They had to switch, so that our group had 2 jumps, and the other group had the 2 mantles.
Right.
They had messed up just very slightly. I don't know if it would change the results, but I don't know. I like it when it's like, you know, 3 boulders will eventually semis, and then if you do 4, you're like, yeah, and if you do 5, you're like, oh, I was on it today. But, you know, that's my opinion. And
This one on F4, we've seen 3 or 4 different methods on this one. I've seen, we saw Akio Noguchi earlier do 1, 2, 3, 4 on this swing lane. Literally just 1, 2, and then 2 onto the black.
And Alex, I think, did it really similar.
And then we've seen Shauna do it in 2.
Yeah.
Which would you say is probably the safest method of doing it?
I think it's preference. And I think if you're a little bit taller, when you have your foot and you have your right foot around the corner, you might be able to just kind of peek out a little bit further and see the black hole and know that ultimately you need to get there. And whether you do 1, 2, 3 or just straight to the black, eventually you just have to do the swing. And I think the last one was kind of like a gimme. I saw someone wrote on the Twitter that Kruder is not in the final with 4 tops. No, he will definitely be in the final if he has 4 tops, and he'll be qualified first. I don't know if they were just manipulating his results or checking a video, make sure he didn't do something funny, but
no, they've been waiting for an update from the judges' system.
Yeah,
because we have the live scoring going on. That's obviously coming out to you guys. But just give them a second. They are just updating that one. Don't panic. You'll definitely be in there. Interesting here from Kula saying it looks like the cut-off score for men's final is currently 3 tops and 12, 3 bonuses and 9. That's Gabriella Moroni. Jan Hoyer then must do M4 in a maximum of 8 attempts. He's still here now working with it. Just saw a top from Anna Storr on F4. So we've seen some different tactics here on M4 as well. It seems to be not too difficult to get up towards the bonus, although we've seen people put a heel hook here on the red plate, and we've seen people try and do toe lower down as well to get up onto this one. But getting onto the bonus is not too tricky. It's this move then over onto this next section. In terms of the way that you would look at moving from matching the bonus here that you can see with the red tape on the Adidas side and up onto the black, what would you be doing here, you're thinking?
Well, it does depend a lot on your height here. Me being a shorter climber, I know that I'm going to be almost fully extended off with the toe hook on the red, so I would try to figure out a way to get my toe hook out before I jump, because I would be afraid if that I released it and jumped all at the same time, I'd have to catch a swing. If you're a taller competitor like Jan, you can see he has his heel here, he'll be able to match, come through in the yellow, flip it to a toe, and he can even jump out of it like this. And he should be able to do it like that. And what's a little bit funny about the boulders, you see on the bonus, the yellow hold, they didn't fill the bolt hole. So it's actually maybe a little bit easier to crimp the bolt hole and have your thumb on the hold so that when you go up, you don't have as much of a swing. I really wish they would have filled the bolt hole, but for the competitors who see it, they gain that advantage.
Now, isn't there a new set of rules that are coming in this year about being notified about which bolt holds you're allowed to use and which ones you're not?
It was just a little bit of a change, and on all holds, you can grab anything on the holds. It's only on the volumes. You're not allowed to stick your fingers in the T-nuts of the volumes.
So bolt holds on holds are fine.
Yeah, the bolt holes, are okay.
Bolt holes are okay, T-nuts are not.
T-nuts
are not.
for your hands are out, but you can step in them with your toes. Really fine lines.
And at the moment we have Ian McKenzie giving us an update from the results that he's got coming in, saying Shauna Coxey is currently qualified in first place, Anna Storr in second, Jula Worm in third, Akio Noguchi fourth, Alex Puccio fifth, and Rebecca Stotz in sixth. Great news for Switzerland here on their home soil. Try and see if I can get that confirmed in a moment from Graham Alderson, technical delegate here, see if it is all updated. Jan desperately trying for a place in the finals here. Manages it here. Can he secure it though? There it is.
wie bereits schon mehrfach erwähnt, die besten 6 kommen ins Finale, wo wir heute Nachmittag und später heute Nachmittag, also starten wir das mal.
Well, guys, with Jan Hoyer making that top there, we're just waiting to see how, exactly what the judges are saying, how many attempts that was in, to see what our final lineup for the male athletes is in the final later on tonight. As I mentioned earlier, that is due to start at 16:30, but we're going to be back with you with a bit of pre-show, some climbers tips from some of the pros, one of which from Sean McCall, who's sitting next to me at the moment, and also from Jörg Verhoeven and Petra Klingberg also to speak to as well, and some of the local organisers here at Climbing in Switzerland. Also a chat with that man you can just see walking off there near the entrance to the arena. That is Laurent Lepore, our chief route setter here. We'll be catching up with him on the finals route also. We'll be back with you live from around about 4:10 here. That's 16:10 local time to us here at the venue for the third final of 2014. We're waiting for an update here on the scores as they stand at the moment, so we can tell you who's going to be making it through into our finals later on today.
So, dear folks, dear audience, analysts, and coaches, after the right off rolls, you might have seen or realized that there is a new ranking. You can see that is an official ranking. That's not the official one. So, in case you see yourself or someone else you like yourself, that this might not be the final one. The final round will be put up on this right-hand side of our TV truck. As soon as that's done, we'll provide you with information. And 5 more minutes to go to the official 5 minutes of protest time. As soon as then the ranking is official, then we find out which 6 athletes do proceed to the finals from 4:30 later on this afternoon.
Jetzt gehen wir einfach so eine Pause. Was kann man hier im Boulder nicht sehen? Sonst noch nicht leben oder essen oder sonst noch irgendwie machen hier in Neolithic.
Ja, für die jüngeren Semester natürlich ist es wirklich ganz weit links im Ecke. Für die älteren Semester haben wir nebenan, oder für die Hungrigen haben wir nebenan unser Futterstand. Also wer Hunger und Durst hat, sollte unbedingt mal schnell die Dinge vorbeischauen. Ich glaube, das ist das Essen zum Trinken holen. Weil, nicht zu vergessen, heute ist noch am Muttertag. Also, wenn ihr eure Mami noch einladen, dann tut doch das machen. Hinten links bei uns im Essensstand. Und vor allem die, die sagen, Muttertag, schnell anrufen, schon das. Und dann unsere Mami sagen, das will ich nämlich in dieser Zwischenzeit schon machen. Ich rufe meine Mami an und das, ja, gut, gerne kurzen Muttertag gratulieren, ja, das ist nicht komisch. Ja, aber anyway, das wäre eine Variante, die man machen kann. Dann kann man natürlich auch raus, weil so ich gesehen und gehört, jetzt draussen das heisst, wir haben alle nicht so. Es wird auch nicht draussen. Kann das bestätigen. Das heisst, man muss also jetzt nicht plus Ausführungs. Ja, weiß ich nicht. Das bei uns selber mal. Dann kann man natürlich nicht reden, weil der Eigen spielt auf den sonstigen Wegen oder so rein. Logisch für alle, die auch allenfalls nicht zufrieden sind mit dem Essensangebot, das wir verstehen. Natürlich, vor allem die
So guys, the judges are just having a bit of a mix-up with the scores here, trying to sort out pieces of paper that are flying around and everything else, but it's looking like 4 attempts from Jan Hoyer, which means he will be making it through into the finals. He had to do it in less than 8, so that's going to change our finals lineup here a little bit later on. They're just announcing some of those results now. So at the moment our finals lineup for the men's is looking like Jörg Kruder, the only male athlete to have topped all 4 blocks here today. He did that in 12 attempts, 4 bonuses in 7. Dimitri Sharafutdinov in 2nd place, making it through to the finals later on, 3 tops in 4. Skuru Hori in 3rd place with 3 tops in 7. Kim Schuber in 4th with 3 tops in 7, but 4 bonuses in 6. 4 bonuses in 7 compared to Skuru Hori's 4 bonuses in 6. Ray Sugimoto in 5th with 3 tops in 12 attempts, 4 bonuses in 11. And then we have Jan Hoyer with 3 tops in 8 as well to be put in there, and 4 bonuses in 7. That'll be coming in to update that in a little while. Here you can see it's on your screens now as we have it here at the venue. Yone Kruder first, Dimitri Sharafudinov second, Skuro Hori in third, Kilian Fishuba in fourth, Jan Hoyer in fifth, and Rei Sugimoto in sixth. 2 Japanese athletes coming through into the finals here. Hori looked very strong earlier on. He's proved himself through the semi-finals, as did Rei Sugimoto. Again, dark horse, always one that sneaks into the finals there. Yone Kruder, the only male athlete to have topped all 4 of the blocks here in the semi-finals. Looking very, very strong as he heads forward into tonight's finals. Try and bring up the women's for you now as well. Here we are in first place, Shauna Coxey, 3 tops in 7 attempts, 3 bonuses in 4. Anna Storr in second at the moment. This is going to cause some excitement for the finals later on. If we have a tie like we did in Baku, it means that Shauna has the advantage on every countback from this point on. She qualified in first place. This is going to be exciting later on. Could this be Baku's revenge for Shauna Coxey? Anna Storr in second then with 3 tops in 8, 4 bonuses in 6. Yulia Verm in third as well there, 3 in 8, 4 in 7. Akira Noguchi in fourth with 3 tops in 11, 4 bonuses in 10. Alex Puccio in fifth with 2 tops in 4 attempts and 3 bonuses in 5. And Rebecca Stotts in sixth with 2 tops in 6 and 3 bonuses in 6. This is pretty much an identical lineup to Baku's final last week, only Rebecca Stotts has inched in where Mina Markovic is now missing out with just that one flash. But we're seeing the super final yet again with our female athletes, which is something to look forward to and get excited about. So guys, those are your finalists. Thank you very much for being with us. As you can see, it's got a little bit manic here at the venue. Instead, are now getting ready to get things sorted. We will be back with you at 16:10 local time to us to say hello, give you a bit of an intro, and get ourselves excited for the finals later on tonight. Thank you, and we'll see you very, very soon.